Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 10, Day 3. So today, what do we have going on? We have, of course, we can finally go use the Mythic now, or the Legend. We ended up getting it yesterday. So, the main thing that we were needing to have from the new Legend in order to make it viable was the second ability that it gets on Shiny Level 2. This ends up giving it the ability of, well, not really ability, but the damage output of basically Ketris the Bull. Normally he would have a 3-to-1 boost ratio, which was nothing particularly special. But at 2-to-1, he is slightly more damage than Ketris the Bull to a single target enemy, while only being 15 mana cost, technically 14 once you get it fully max. So yeah, not bad at all. Compared to Ketris, which is 22 for slightly less damage. Obviously, Ketris does more overall damage, so you are getting more value from casting Ketris in that regard. But the main gimmick that this guy has is he pulls an enemy the first place while doing this damage. This makes it really good for killing out a single target since it drags them in the first slot. And there are, of course, battles where we might want to do this to Flower Dragon, or more noteworthily to Essence of Evil. So in those applicable situations, we'll probably drag it out today and see if we can end up running it. There's a chance we might not be able to use it on any of these battles today. However, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to go and, yeah, actually go try to slot it in, see what we can do with it, and go from there. Wait, do I need to do any Tower of Doom? Is the guild finished yet? Good job, guild. I thought I might actually have to do some battles for it tonight, but nice! We even got a major gold. Huge. Nice. Yeah, the only game modes we have to go finish then is, yeah, we don't have that much else to do then. Because there's Underspire, but we're already at the final floor. So that should be pretty easy. We even know, like, our path for the next, like, several rooms. Like, pretty much our next 10 rooms, we already know the path we need to do as well. So that's kind of already predetermined too. So yeah, the only thing we really got to go do then is clean up the PvP season. Of course, today and tomorrow, final 2 days of the current PvP season. So basically only 1 day left at this point. If you guys haven't finished it yet and you still want to get anything done, you got like 30 hours left to finish out the PvP season. There is not that much time at all, so any objectives you want to get completed, you have that long until. Main thing we're going for, of course, is 150k, which that one looks a little bit further away because it's not the exact number. But this one over here, we're pretty much already there. We claimed over our medals from the other thing earlier, so actually we are already there, right? How short are we? No, but just the dailies alone should get us there. I don't even think we need to go out of our way at all, other than dailies. Because this is 15,000. 10,000 we got from the paid side of the pass for the current PvP thing, you know, for Guild Wars. And then we have 2 of these for another 3,000. So we have 18,000 just sitting here. And you know how much we need? 18,000! Or at least for 150,000. And that would also give us what I assume is second place. Yeah. And it gives us a very solid second place, even though we're not currently there. But, you know, we'll definitely overtake it from doing that. Not going to get first, though, unfortunately, from the other person doing like 100,000. But anyways, let's go to Guild War. Let's go over to Guild. But yeah, I will not be using the other guy initially. He is overall still weaker than Ketris the Bull. But, okay, interesting. We can either go middle or top here. Oh no, is today the day we go top? I think this is a still middle angle. Oh no, we'll see what the battles are and just naturally go through. And we'll go either middle or top. Regardless, we'll have to fight at least one Takshaka build, so we're still going to have to fight something somewhat scary. Regardless. As far as our current team, we're using this with Frost Mage. Do we currently want Frost Mage or not? Is this a Sun Spear angle or something else? Half mana start actually seems pretty useful here. I don't need to change out anything else there. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with this for now. I kind of want the half mana start. I don't think we need Red Storm that badly. And I'd rather get the mana up just a little bit quicker, even though our weapons could do slightly less damage that way. But yeah, this team is definitely not good for scoring high. Like last week, last Guild War, we were pretty much hitting like 1,400 without even trying. This one's like struggling to even get like a 1,343. Like it can't even hit a 1,350. Yeah, last week it was like a guarantee 1,400 plus every fight. Alright, I don't think we need to change anything here. Just double checking that we're good to go. Should be. This is obviously the easy battle, but you know, we still want to score good on it. Anyways, hello everyone! Hello Tyrion! Hello Cookie! Hello Imperial! Hello Ron! Hello Yeah! Hello Jets! Hello Renes! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be able to finish up Guild War and go over all the spoilers. And then Monday night we got the new event week, and most notably, new PvP season. Since, of course, given that the PvP season is ending in a day, that also means a new PvP season is starting in a day. So we'll be able to go over that then. Honestly, I don't even think we bother hitting him there. We just go for the big hit so we can go for double splash there and be good to go. Oh, I wish I could purple that right now. That'd be so much value. Very tempting. I don't know. Do I just get entangled here? I'd rather just go for the really high amount of damage and just get that rolling off the ground. But any kind denied us there. We'll go for that right over there. I was hoping for a little bit more red mana. Should probably double check every single red that we're going to get from it. Because red is by far our most useful one that we need at the moment. Oh, we'll take this right over here. It doesn't look like it backfires in any way. He'll do a thing, that's fine. We'll hit him right over there. Oh, I was hoping that would die there. This guy hitting should be good to go. Actually, let me just go for skull into him. It looks like he's doing almost no damage right now because he's webbed. However, his base damage is actually so high that this is nearly lethal. Unfortunately, it would have been lethal if it wasn't entangled there, though. Or webbed, I mean. Alright, now where are the real fights? Alright, what way are we going? And why did so many more people go top this time around? Alright, we got an Essence of Evil Beatrix team over here, which makes me want to go top. And we have... Okay, I see why people went top over here. Alright, that makes a lot of sense. Well, we're definitely going top. He is using Elementals, which is a little annoying. We could try to kill it quickly, though. Him and Lord or Slaughter are definitely by far the two biggest threats here. I don't know, did we go bring out the new guy? This actually wouldn't be too bad of a situation to bring him out. So, hello, Isabel. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. I don't know, do we need Frost Mage here? Frost Mage's benefit is that it is freeze with 50% mana start. So when we want that higher momentum, we can have it. But for a slightly longer fight, we might actually want Sun Spear. Just giving him a lot of red's kind of concerning, though. Especially since he's trying to go with that Mountain Crusher spam kind of route. Because the whole premise of his build is to keep spamming Mountain Crusher until you win. Which is going to be kind of annoying because the way that we want to distribute damage. You know what? I think this is an instance where we bring out the new guy. Though, is it worth canceling the one we currently have just to put him in? I think the answer is actually yes. We're going to bring him in. Because I really need the first slot killed. And this will be a really good way of killing first slot. We won't really be able to utilize the pull enemy to first. However, if we check the damage numbers here, we are hitting 4 higher than Ketris the Bold, not counting stats. So that's about the same damage as Ketris the Bold then, it looks like. Oh, it's actually slightly less than Ketris the Bold, just because Ketris the Bold has so many base stats. Yeah, it is ever so slightly less than Ketris the Bold, actually. But that is still pretty hefty, and it covers blue, which we wouldn't have been doing otherwise. Also gives all Taurus allies 1 armor and life every single time we take an extra turn. Whereas this thing is selfish, and just takes it for himself whenever you take a red. But it actually distributes to our whole team, including the Ketris. Interesting. Both of them do almost nothing, though. But yeah, let's go give him a test drive. We'll try it here. We'll give him a shot. Our damage distribution's a little bit worse, but there's only 2 things we really need to kill in the opposing team, so it doesn't really matter as much. Alright, let's go try it out. We said we'd use him at least once. Let's go see what he could do. Overall, he's not an amazing shiny, obviously. And outside the context of a Taurus event, I'm not sure you're really ever bringing him out. But during this event, at least, and the similar restrictions, you do have a little bit of use case. Mostly under Taurus and Wild Plains, the only 2 times you'd ever bring him out. Oh, we'll try for Red from Sky, I think, over here. Just need to get some mana rolling. Did not get Red from Sky. Did not get anything. He grabbed his barrier on Brown, which is kind of annoying, because now I also need to go and poke him slightly. I kind of move this down to force him to have to take Red to deny us. He took the Red to deny us. I could take Skull now, which I think I kind of have to. Unless I want to move something else to first slot. Ooh, moving him over would put him into a nice hit range. The problem is I want to do adjacent splash damage to him. The problem right now is if I take the Skull, he's just barrier blocking all of it, but I kind of have to. So we'll just go into a little Skull shuffle here, it looks like. But we should have all the damage we need to start wiping everything out. So we'll go for a big hefty hit over there. We did get stunned on Hero, but that shouldn't really be that big a deal. We do have lethal to kill that if we want to with this thing. Destroy a rogue, gain a bunch of life boosted by green gems. Cleanse all other allies. It's not really doing much. We don't really care that he's doing that. Like at all. Like we literally just ignore him doing that. The other thing also I can pretty much ignore. A bunch of true damage to the last two enemies. That will damage Ketras's damage output a little bit, but otherwise we also don't really care too much that that's happening. The only thing left on this team is Lord or Slaughter. And we already have our damage combo we want to go and basically kill him out at this point. Which I think is just hit him directly. It didn't hit him directly. We'll do this to kill the one. That already got its barrier out. We then do this to hit him. And the new guy should be enough damage to kill him. Oh no! Catches the Bull is already lethal though. Oh, we didn't really get to use him. At least he got that little bit of Taurus stats, I guess. But I didn't even get to cast to kill him. Because Catches the Bull was already in kill range. Yeah, he's basically just weaker Catches the Bull when fully shinied. He does have that reposition capability though. Which honestly on a team like this might be worth running. And then just deal with the resummon spam. Wait, this doesn't have resummon? Ooh, okay, wait. Maybe this will be the battle we go do it on. Do we go top? Is this the top angle we finally go do? Is this finally top angle? I think this is finally top angle. Oh, he's running Wand of Stars though. That is so free. Ooh. It's a Wand of Stars team though. I can't not go for the Wand of Stars team. But this is one of the easier Flower Dragon teams you could possibly have. You just Chief Stronghorn him to first slot, and then you just whack him with a skull or two, and he's dead. I guess you still have a little bit of Entangle concern. But as soon as you cast this weapon, you're cleansed, so it's not really that big a deal. Web, though? This team doesn't care that much about Web, honestly. Like, it matters, but it matters very minimally, given that most of our boost ratio is actually coming from our stats, not from our magic. And we just cleanse red as soon as we do the thing. This is definitely an angle where we have to run the Mythic, though. So yeah, we're not going to be able to see too much of the Legend, it looks like. The main reason I got to put the other guy here is because we do very specifically need to cleanse. And the only way we could realistically cleanse is off of reds. This thing has an ability on his final trait to cleanse all reds. Or sorry, second to last. No, Summer's on here. On his ability, he has cleanse all reds on your team. And I need that specifically on this guy so that he, of course, gets unwebbed. And unentangled or anything else that might happen. But yeah, this is basically just rush down hero. But because it's Prismatic Orb, it's a pretty free rush down. Like, we basically rush down hero, then start hitting King Avalon. And our Arachne Weaver will just die from residual damage. Normally you would put something like this in first slot, but he put it all the way in last, so we could just completely ignore it. On a team like this, you kind of put it in last just so it doesn't block your damage sources. But on defend teams, you generally shouldn't be putting that on last. You should be putting it up front, since it's less viable and you don't really care if it survives. Normally, this whole team is this exact team, but with this all the way moved to the front. So it'd be this thing in first slot, your hero in second, or Weaver. Then Weaver or hero. And then King Avalon. You normally do it in that order, because if his whole team is just the Spider Throne, it does literally nothing. So we basically just auto-win there. So we just rush down the orb, not because the orb is lethal, but because he's Elementalist. And then rush down King Avalon with residual damage, killing Weaver. Let's we can get skulls there. If we're not entangled and have skulls, we definitely go for skulls there. Anything else we need to change? We're currently running Frost Mage. There's only two things we could even freeze on this team at the moment. But of course, it's more so being used for its 50% mana start. But in that case, we can kind of still go Mech or something. Or even Geomancer. I think this might be a Geomancer angle. Just in case we need the tank ability, I feel like. Because we're not really using freeze that much on this battle. Give random ally random stats effect. We're not using any of that. Some spell reduction. Some magic. Gain barrier on... Oh, sorry. Yeah, gain barrier on brown. One of the whole reasons we're even using this. Oh yeah, what extra mana do we want? Extra brown? Yeah, I guess extra brown is fine. And then obviously all the immunities. Alright, we should be good to go. His two main traits are 50% start to all constructs, most notably himself, and 50% score reduction. And of course there's no other construct, but at least he's doing it to himself. Alright, we should be good to go. Don't think we're going to change banner or anything. But yeah, Geomancer is a really safe way of running it. We're giving up freeze, but only half his team could even be frozen, so we're not giving up much. Speaking of freeze, that's one of the reasons we need to rush red. So every single turn here, we basically want to rush red unless he has a really annoying brown to green. Or sorry, is that brown to purple? Wait, I forgot what color web gems are now. Is web gem purple or green? It's purple, right? Am I going crazy? Web gem is definitely purple. Okay, so we're safe. The board is really safe right now, then. Oh, until that happened. Oh, ouch. A cascade. Luckily, we are saved by the fact he's using Prismatic Orb. Thank you so much. Also, I'm not frozen on yellow, so I can actually grab this. Oh, yeah, we just go for this. And then we go for one of the purples, of which we have a lot now. They just created a billion spider gems. But yeah, the wonders of him running the thing that makes us win. But yeah, don't forget to not set Wanda Stars on your defend team for PvP. It does get replaced. And now we do the whole combo of what we have this for, which is to get cleansed here. I'm going to need to try to kill his Prismatic Orb, which feels really bad to do because we're gaining so much benefit from it. However, he is still Elementalist. And him being Elementalist outweighs the fact that he's giving us a free win off a Prismatic Orb. Though, I could try killing this thing first if I wanted to a little bit and distribute the damage a bit. Just so he doesn't have resummon because he's about to do it like any second now. Because the main thing I want to do with this is to go kill the first two simultaneously. So I'm going to let that go away with the burn. So I'm going to burn away his barrier. And then we go for the big hit. This also gives the opportunity to get 2 lightning gems on the board, which will hopefully have a little bit of alignment somewhere. It's not good. Both of them being at the same location is not ideal, but that's enough damage to wipe out his whole team. And now we already won. And now it's just a matter of just poking that guy and we win. Alright, now for the real battles. Alright, first things first. Takshaka build. What do we have? 3 Takshaka with the Essence of Evil. Who could have guessed? Alright, I really think I should replace out King Stormguard for the other guy. Oh no, do we go for it? Or do we just go all in momentum? Does he die to Ketris plus the other thing? Yes, if we haven't taken damage yet. I kind of want to use the new guy to move him up, but I also kind of need the cleanse. So I kind of can't do that. It really comes down to how good our Soothsayer is on turn 1. Having stun here would also be really great, but similar to the last time we did this, I think we care about speed more than we care about stun. Because ultimately we're stunning them the second we get this weapon up anyways. So stun's not doing that much. Or, you know, having stun on hero isn't doing that much specifically. We gain a lot more value from immediately casting this weapon than we do from having stun on hero. So yeah, I think we just go for this and rush it down. And we'll go the extra barrier and everything to make sure we're tanky for it. But yeah, this is going to be the rush down method again. Where we don't play it safe, but we try to outrush triple Takshaka Essence of Evil. Which is generally a really bad idea, especially with this bad of a mana accumulation team. But we'll be fine. One really funny strategic thing about the team we're running right now, though. You may notice we have a thing on our team creating a bunch of yellow, while simultaneously not having anything that uses yellow. Of course, one benefit of this is we can't actually be frozen on yellow. Because we're not actually using yellow. There's a funny little benefit that we actually get from that. This is such good value, I think I have to go for it, unfortunately. If there was like some kind of purple thing here, I'd probably go for it. Obviously, we're frozen on blue, so we will lose our turn from taking this. But it is so much value, I think I have to do it. Ooh, that's a lot of Takshaka value. That's a lot of Takshaka value. He hit everything relevant, too. And he hit hero. Okay, we're dead. He hit hero. That is the deadest dead I've ever seen. Okay. What is the recover angle? Recover angle is we do so much damage next turn that we somehow don't die, but then he's going to do so much damage that we are going to die. Let's see. Alright, we got Ketris. We're still in the game. We still got a singular Ketris. Alright, we got a Vulture. We got this. The Vulture will win the battle. Okay, I think we lose here, finally. We are... Oh, we are. I was going to say, we're not frozen on brown. We actually are. Is this enough damage? How much is his reduction? 30%? Yeah, 30% does reduce this enough that doesn't kill. I have to give him the brown extra turn, which he's technically not using, but he's gaining barrier off of it. We'll go for the adjacent damage there. Oh, that's not even enough to kill his first slot. Oh yeah, we're really dead. We are like mega dead. Yep, that happened. We did not outrush it. Alright, let's try again. I saw someone else on our guild actually go 3-2. Probably in this exact same situation. Yeah, do I want to do the same fight again? Yeah, we kind of have to. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, good. Same build, but we only have to rush down the Essence of Evil that's in first slot now. We'll try this. Was right top half. Well, we'd still die to Takshaka on Divine. We still have to fight a Takshaka regardless. Doesn't matter if we're going this one or the other one. This one does make it a little bit easier with the hero in first. But we could get outspeeded again, which is very likely. Given that this team is not particularly quick. I still want to try just like red cascaded mana here. I'll go for that though. Alright, Takshaka's going to start rolling. He did not hit Ketris at all yet. He killed one of my damage sources, but he still hasn't hit Ketris. He still hasn't hit Ketris. Do we have lethal there? We are frozen on brown. I can't take that. Is this lethal? How much damage does Ketris the Bull these days? That is lethal. But we're not really reducing his mana by much. But if we can get 2 of these, that puts us in a pretty good position if he can not Essence of Evil for like 1 second. Alright, Takshaka, could you miss? You somewhat missed. Are we frozen on blue? No, we do not use blue. So we'd want to take this in a way that will cascade the most amount of mana so that we could try gaining mana for something else then. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to gain enough mana here. For a second time now, we haven't been able to gain enough mana on our hero to get things rolling. Let's see. Oh yeah, the last 2 days we end up starting half an hour later. Should hopefully be at normal time tomorrow night. And on Monday, hopefully. But yeah, I think we die here double to Takshaka. Actually, more so the Essence of Evil, honestly. Obviously, the Takshaka doing this thing. If we had red to take here, I'd feel a lot more confident. Complete lack of red is concerning. Because realistically, our only play is take the screen. Hope it surges, one less thing he can take. We can take it from top as well. I think they're really that big a difference in value. He's hit Ketris the Bull, and he has toted our hero. The only benefit of him toting our hero is we do have the ability to do skull damage now. To be able to hit 0 on him. I guess I kind of have to, because we don't really have another option here. Alright, we got one single thing left. If we get transformed, there's a chance. No, it actually can't, because he's going to kill us with Takshaka the following turn. Yeah, we got 3-2'd. I saw someone else in the guild who I think was going 5-0 had the same thing happen. We were going mostly 5-0s, but then went a 3-2 on, to obviously Takshaka. Unless they did it to Ferocity, but it was most likely a Takshaka build. Well, it finally happened. We did not outrush the Takshaka. The safer build, what even would be the safer build if we were to go like super slow safe build against it? I would say Elementalist. But the problem is, how are we going to get Elementalist the extra turns it needs quick enough? These Elementalist without extra turns isn't really doing anything more than Geomancer is. Alright, oh, how's the leaderboard looking? Is someone else in my guild still 3-5-0s? Let's see, we got a 2-8-0-2. We got a Ellie with only 1 loss at a 3-5-60. Yeah, I don't think we're getting the Paragon this time. It is a very solid 1 win higher. But yeah, it looks like Ellie's currently in the lead for it. Let's see, 3-5-60. Anyone higher than that? Not seeing anything higher. Yeah, unless they do really bad and we go exactly 5-0 tomorrow. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But they'd have to lose at least once, if not twice, tomorrow. And we'd have to 5-0 tomorrow. That's like our only last chance for Paragon this week. I don't know, we'll see if we can get lucky. We still haven't taken top half. Which honestly, this week would have been fine to do it on, this today. Because we had a pretty easy Dragon team. But then, of course, we still would have died to Takshaka by the Divine. Because both Naga and Divine are Takshaka build. But sometimes people put some stuff on their Divine team that makes it weaker. Instead of just running triple Takshaka Essence of Evil. Sometimes they'll do something to compromise the team. So sometimes Divine can be easier, but sometimes the thing they put on it makes it harder. It's really hit or miss on if it's going to be an easier or harder fight than the other one. But yeah, we finally lost. Which I'm actually surprised it took this long. I was expecting that to be our score like every day this week. Mostly because every second to last battle is equally as scary. 2 of them are exactly what we lost to now. And the other one is like double Frosty build against like basically a pure red build. Also, that is definitely when we bring out Taurus, by the way. If we go bottom path tomorrow, we definitely bring out the Taurus guy because he doesn't use red in order to go take bottom path. I don't know, maybe we'll go try top path since it's the only one we haven't done since we did end up losing there. It's the only path we haven't gone for this week. It also gives us a chance to use the new Taurus legend to go move the Flower Dragon to first slot. Just so we don't have to depend entirely on Submerge. But we'll probably try top path. Unless bottom path just seems really free. But it's the only path we haven't tried with this team. The only main difference one we'll see is Dragon build on 3rd battle. Because 4th battle is likely to just be pretty standard Takshaka build most likely unless we get really lucky. Oh no, does anyone ever set a Divine team that isn't Takshaka on Divine? I don't think I've ever seen one. I've seen teams that like run only double Takshaka and maybe make the team weak because of it, because of what else they put on the team. But I don't think I've ever seen someone run 0 Takshaka on Divine defend. At least not this late in the game. Like, even if I go check mine, I'm pretty sure all mine are like double or triple if I go check my guild right now. Which, how many people even defended it? Let's see. Guild Wars, my guild's keep. Let's see, what were the 2 defend teams? 3 Takshaka with Essence of Evil. Who could have guessed? This one did go one other one. He went Ruby Weapon and Monkey Disciple, oddly enough. It's 75% mana start, so it's going to get its mana near immediately and then create 7 red, 7 yellow. While giving life to all allies. That's not awful. I think the main gimmick he's trying to do here is to get outside a kill range or whatever they're doing. Since Monkey Disciple isn't particularly common to use. I do feel like that makes the team a little weaker, but it's interesting if that does end up bringing it out of kill range. Because I can really throw someone off since Monkey Disciple isn't particularly common on that battle. Because if that's enough to bring you out of kill range, which you never know if it will or will not because you don't know what the enemy team's going to be. But if that does bring out a side of kill range for a battle, that actually helps out quite a bit. Because that forces them to have to cast 1 whole additional time to kill the Takshakas. It also gets mana pretty much like an Empower troop. Like, it's basically a turn 2 Empower with how much mana it's going to get quickly. Definitely an interesting option. I don't think I've ever seen someone run that there. It definitely works. I do feel like that's one of the situations where it is slightly weaker than just running a 3rd Takshaka. But there's a good chance he just doesn't own a 3rd Takshaka as well. Which might also be the case. Yeah, Sister Superior with it can be kind of scary. The main way to deal with Sister Superior, though, is just to rush them down. That's a situation where you 100% want to go rush down rather than Elementalist. Because they're mostly doing that to counter Elementalist. So the main thing you have to do to counter the counter is just not run Elementalist. And just run a 50% mana start class instead. So far that worked for us for all the other days. But our momentum was a little bit too slow today to get away with it. We just didn't really get a good starting board for either of the 2 fights. Whereas, of course, the other day when we did it, we got a solid one. Wasn't like the best, but it was good enough to out-momentum it. It's just really hard to out-momentum triple Takshaka with Essence of Evil unless you have a really good Empower. And Soothsayer is definitely not in the category of really good Empower. It was one of the OG Empowers that you would end up using for mana accumulation if you weren't using like Mercy or something. But it is pretty dated these days. It's not particularly good. It's not bad, but if you had the option of almost anything else, you'd be running that anything else. Oh, so my damage source just died. I kind of needed that. As long as it doesn't get revive here, otherwise it's going to be really annoying. I basically had to restart this whole fight if he gets revive. Oh, down yellow, I guess. I don't have a skull here. You know what? Just go do your summon. I have a feeling he's going to revive somehow. Alright, good. We got him. Alright. Dungeon completed. What else do we have to go do? Explore. Don't really need to bother with that. Campaign stuff. Tower of Doom. Thank you, Guild. Already done with this. So we don't need to go any further. Good job, Guild. Right in the middle of the pack. I think we need to kick this one person. He hasn't been around for like 2 weeks. He's doing really good for a while. He's one of the newer recruits, and then, I'm not sure what happened. He's kind of been gone for a bit. Underspires, the main thing we need to go do later, but we'll save that for last. Alright, let's go do PvP then. It's just PvP and Underspire at this point. Alright, what do we need? We have, what is this? Elemental and some other thing? No. Construct and some other thing? Yeah, it's Construct and, Elf. And the Elf team is the one we already made. And then, of course, Central. Alright, let's go get our magic off of Central. Go clear out the battle there, since we're already here. And then, go do Elf, and then go do the one we actually got to go build a Construct team for. If you win tomorrow, you get Paragon in your guild. Nice. Huge congrats. Hopefully you get it. Yeah, honestly, it might take us a couple months before we get it still. This is what, our third attempt now, and we still didn't get it? Though this will be the first time that HP Herm in our guild doesn't end up getting Paragon. Unless the current lead ends up doing really bad tomorrow. But otherwise, this will be the first time ever he doesn't get Paragon since the new achievement. But it's mostly because it's a really rough week. There's so many things that can go wrong. As I do feel like Taurus has been one of the weakest restrictions we've had. The 2 weakest so far have been Taurus and Strix. But the thing with Strix is you actually had good starting mana. Some of the things you had to put that starting mana into weren't as strong as what Taurus have once they get rolling. But your starting mana capabilities were way better on Strix. Because you basically had Empower Yellowstorm into a yellow. In a kingdom that is almost pure yellow. Which is way better than the very small amount of benefit that Soothsayer does. Not to mention, the kingdom isn't even that magic heavy. And he has like a magic gaining ability. Which one thing I always found kind of funny about him is his in-kingdom synergy is actually really bad. Because it's a kingdom that's basically completely based around boost ratioing off of HP, armor, and attack. Yet his ability is give you armor. I mean, give you magic, I mean. It's literally a gain magic ability in a kingdom that's all based around gain attack, life, and armor. It's never really made much sense. Yep, there's a Ferocity. If we go bottom half tomorrow, that would be the main thing I'm going to be kind of scared of if we have to deal with double Ferocity. It's definitely going to be the instance where we bring out the Legend. I might even double up on that Legend, honestly. It's basically just single target catches the bull. But even though it's in the title today, I might actually use him more tomorrow. It depends what path we go, though. Because top path would need it more because we got to kill Flower Dragon with it, and bottom path would need it more because we got to use it against double Ferocity. What's the Divine Shiny Legend that's coming with Divinia? Wait, is it already confirmed that next set is going to be Divine? Because Divine is actually really free. Divine is a very, very strong Guild War restriction. Not just because of Takshaka, but also literally everything else that's Divine. Who knows? Maybe they'll finally give Divine Ishbala her 50% mana start back. She's the only 50% mana start troop without 50% mana start. I have a feeling, given that Divine has so much, they're going to put it on something really useless. best case scenario is they would simultaneously unnerf Divine Ishbala and make her shiny at the same time. Imagine if they actually brought back pre-nerf Divine Ishbala. Though they're never going to give her her other ability back, I don't think, even with shininess. Because she used to have 4 times cleanse, which they're never going to give back to her. And she also used to have 50% mana start, which they might give back to her. She also had one other thing. I can't remember what it was. But the cleanse was one of the biggest things. It's on the calendar unless it changes. Oh, they posted the calendar? Wait, we got a February calendar? Or is it a calendar in the sense that the February one already mentioned it? I mean, the January one, I mean. It's on the calendar? Oh, yeah. It is. I didn't realize we had 2 Guild Wars here. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they're only 3 weeks apart. Instead of 4 weeks. That's why it threw me off, because normally that wouldn't happen. But it's only 3 weeks away instead of 4 weeks away. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize that earlier. Normally, because based on how where this Guild War is, there should be enough time elapsed that it would have been next month. But they made it a little bit earlier this time around. Actually, the last 2 Guild Wars have been like that. They've both been 3 weeks apart instead of 4 week. I don't mind, though. I actually really enjoy Guild War. But yeah, Divine is very free. Even though this is like one of the top 3 hardest Guild Wars we've ever had. Maybe even top 2. Maybe even top 1. We've been getting really lucky on them. But his Guild War restriction is really, really hard. It'd be hard to tell from the other 2 streams, though. But Divine is like one of the freest we've ever had. In contrast to that. Like, there's so many free builds you can do. The most obvious one being just spam a billion Takshaka. But even if they like ban Takshaka for some reason, there's still just so many good things under Divine that you can run. Like, we could literally run a new team every day if we wanted to. Though realistically, every team's just going to be double or triple Takshaka. I'll try to run slightly different teams, though. But you know what's going to happen. It's just too much value not to run. Same reason why every defend team is like double, triple Takshaka there. It's just too strong not to run. I needed that. I was using those damage sources. He actually has like double stats right now too because of the Blood Moon thing. Actually, is it called Blood Moon? I feel like I always call it Blood Moon. Isn't it called something else? There's so many other games that call it Blood Moon. But it's called like Blood Frenzy, I think, in Gems of War. Oh, it's called Blood Moon though. What was it called? Yeah, it's called Blood Frenzy. I always call it Blood Moon. I think it was from the Legend of Zelda series. I have that in my head when I think of that. I was trying to think of any other series that actually called it Blood Moon. Yeah, next week we're definitely going to need to see what the new shiny thing is. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I didn't bother checking Soulforge yet this weekend, I don't think. Though based on the fact that no one has told me to go check Soulforge, I assume it is all trash. Because I feel like someone would have reminded me if it was actually relevant. Yeah, I don't think we actually checked it yesterday. Autumn Imp, no. Purple Storm, no. 50% Undead Start, I guess, if you really wanted it. Oh, Takshaka. Wait, that's actually decently relevant. That's actually exceedingly relevant. Go get your Takshakas you need for next Guild War. Or for everything. Yeah, you can craft double, triple Takshaka this weekend if you're on PC Mobile. That's huge. Not only do we have Divine Restriction in a few weeks for Guild War, but even if that wasn't the case, you definitely should have 2 to 3 Takshaka eventually. It is so absurdly strong. It's basically a support troop that can also solo an entire enemy team. It reminds me a lot of Beatrix. And that technically it's purely a support troop. But worst comes to worst, it has better damage than, like, literal mythics that are meant to do damage. Like, it's a support troop that could also solo a whole team with only one copy on your team. Beatrix, Takshaka, and a few other ones are like that. Where you primarily put them on the team for support. But if you truly had to, they could literally solo an entire battle if they were the only troop on your team. They're just that strong. What was I doing? PvP. What do we still have? We did everything in Central, right? Everything in Central is good. Elf has everything good. Alright, so the only thing we have to go do now is Construct. They need to build a team for this. And that should be all the PvP we have to do for today. Alright. Oh, what do we want to do for Construct build? Obviously Geomancer class. Just want to see what we do for everything else. I guess we just go for the Orc for the damage. Even though he's not going to get the mana. And then just put a bunch of things that do mana accumulation then. So we get a Wand of Stars as Geomancer. We get a Geomancer. And then just see what Empower we have. Skull, not that good of a mana. Brown to purple. I don't know, the other guy's immune. I guess it's fine. Is there anything else we could put on this team that isn't useless? Because we're winning with true damage. Anything under contract? Oh, Zark Boompile. Oh, duh. We can even just go double Zark Boompile. Just give me that. Alright, there we go. We got a team. And we'll just go like brown or something. Double brown red or something. Seems fine. Minus like purple or something. Perfect. Alright, there we go. That should be everything we need. I forgot. We got Zark Boompile. The other Takshaka, except slightly weaker. Actually, quite a bit weaker. But still, we'll get the job done. But yeah, what Divine they end up shining next week, or technically in 3 weeks from now, that's gonna be kind of interesting. I have a feeling they're gonna put it on something really bad, though. There are so many good Divines they're gonna put it on, and they're not gonna put it on a single one of them. Out of concern of making Divines too strong again. Because there was a time where Divines were literally the only teams ever used. And I think they're slightly concerned with trying to get the game back to that point. So they might be kind of cautious on making something too strong for Divine. I just realized this ability has the exact opposite direction as the card. I never noticed that till now. On that one tarot card. They actually mirrored each other. Oh, I thought they were facing the same way. Hoping for Divinia. Divinia would be pretty fun. I always considered Divinia more of a dragon than Divine, but of course it is Divine. Divinia is really strong. It's 4 times cleanse with a bunch of heal for your entire team. She used to get used a lot more before before Beatrix was in the game. But Mercy was always there before it, so there wasn't as many use cases for. Also, thank you, Mulu, for the generous support. Greatly, greatly appreciated. The Takshaka tip, greatly, greatly appreciated. Yeah, anyone who hasn't gotten it yet, Takshaka's in Soulforge right now. You only have today and tomorrow to go get it. It's highly advised getting at least 2 of them for not just Divine Guild War in a few weeks, but also just for literally everything ever. As it is very strong. We use it literally every day. It's a very strong mythic. Like, definitely top 10. Probably even top 5. Alright, we got all PvP done. And at this point, I think we're, like, super done as well. We gotta use the 1 hour booster sometime tomorrow. But you know what we're gonna go run right now, just so I don't forget to go do it? Let's go claim all of our PvP points, so we can go grab the legend. I would say we'd also go use the legend, but unfortunately the legend is pretty bad. The only use case you have for using the legend is if you were to put it onto a elf team, because it's like an elf related legend. But the problem with doing that is elf teams are already so packed with troops that a meta elf team kind of has no room to put it on. There's just nowhere on the team you can realistically put it. Back to PvP shop. Okay, we're almost there. We gotta use these one at a time so they actually count as points. Because the menu's so glitchy. Alright, 3 more to go. PvP shop, go to other. And now we can go grab our legend. But I'll probably just use all of them since we're already rolling them all down. Really secure the rank there. Go to PvP shop, 2 more to go. Or sorry, 1 more to go. Alright, there we go. PvP season. Grab whatever junk we have here. Actually, some of that's the mythic upgrade. Alright, let's go upgrade our immortal and let's go grab the troop. Let's go see if we can get Immortal Gemini. Immortal Gemini, go. No, but we got some more Immortal Draken. No, but we got some Aquaria. No, but we got a gold icon for another 5,000. And nope, but we got 20. Gosh, we are just never going to get Gemini. We're like 4 or 5 PvP seasons in. And still do not have Immortal Gemini. We might be one of the driest people in the game for getting this thing at this point. It's actually crazy at this point. Oh, did it not give me my 5,000? Or no, I just got rewards that just weren't giving anything there. Alright, there we go. Alright, perfect. Let's go and grab our thingy. And now we'll easily secure second. That'd be kind of weird if we don't at this point. Alright, what am I going for? I'm going for a couple things. PP shop. Let me go buy my 3 deed books before I forget tomorrow. We mostly need red here. We got yellow, red, nice, that's the one we need. We need red more than we need purple, and we got purple. Purple doesn't really mean that much these days since we got all the Magic Kingdoms finally max. I think that's mostly just working towards like Golvania or something. But the thing that we can do here, of course, is not get this because this is a waste. 25 deed books is way better. But now that we have 150,000 PvP points, we can buy the Legend. The Legend is basically free because it only requires silver marks. And with that being said, we got ourselves King Elbomor. It is a elf synergy troop that gives a bunch of life and magic to all elves when magic fracture turn. And has a choice mechanic of either doing a bunch of true damage to an enemy or enchant myself and convert all gems of an enemy's mana color to yellow. Which is basically the main thing it'll be doing. However, it is very random unless they use only one color. So overall, he's not that great. Both his 2 abilities, even if this was and instead of or, he would not be that great. And there's just not much room on an elf team to really fit him. Because the really meta elf team is to run in power in first slot, followed by hero using a weapon, normally a true damage related one, followed by Arachne Weaver, followed by King Avalon, which is the one that gives 50% mana start to all elves, which is way better value than just giving them some life and magic. So there really isn't really a use case for using this. Main reason we wanted to get it, of course, is it saves us 800 diamonds later down the line. Even though we technically have infinite diamonds, hey, still 800 diamonds saving, since those resources are doing nothing otherwise. But there we go. Yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to get done with the PvP objective. I guess if we really, really wanted to, we could grind like crazy tomorrow for a couple hours and get the rest of these rewards. But the only thing we're missing out on are what? Some burning marks, this whole thing I don't even care about. Let's see. We're missing out on 40 burning marks, 50 of that. Okay, yeah, the only thing I'm missing out on from not doing the rest is 40 burning marks and 50 copies of the most recent mythic thing. I don't really care about those too much. So it's perfectly fine not doing like the 2-hour grind to go grab those. Last thing I want to go do while we're here is see if I can upgrade the Immortal. Because we do have a couple upgrades here. We still haven't gotten the achievement for getting 3 of them to level 10, by the way. I'm still not sure how I haven't managed to do that yet. But we still haven't managed to do that yet. We're getting close, though. Actually, this one would be one of them if we get to grab the other 50. But anyways, alright, let's go do Underworld for the rest of the time. Or Underspire, I mean. I believe Underspire is the only thing left. Let's go grab our torches. Grab a small amount for now in case we get the room we're looking for. Because at this point, we really just need to go find the mine room and we're good to go. I might need to go check all the dead end rooms because, yeah, we still haven't found the mine room. I wonder if we're going to get a 0. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Welcome, welcome. So good evening, Davey. Welcome, welcome. Alright, what do we need here? We need... oh yeah, we're using the weird skull spam build. It feels so weird running this compared to every other team we're running this week. I actually forgot it's even a Kedar event. It doesn't feel like a Kedar event. It feels like a Wild Plane event because of the Guild War this week. It doesn't even feel like Kedar at all. There's one thing that kind of funny that happens every Guild War. Like, it feels like the event week is related to whatever the typing is. Especially when it's like a kingdom like that. This did not feel like a Kedar event week at all. So far, have they done that a single time? I don't think they ever have. I don't think they've done a kingdom restriction for a guild war where that was actually the event week for the week. Like, for example... Oh, I was wondering why I didn't scout. Duh, because we already have it scouted from the orb thing earlier. Like, for example, we've never had, like, a Bright Forest guild war while it was, like, a Bright Forest event week or anything similar like that. That has yet to ever occur. We've had one that was thematically similar. Like, I think during Undead Restriction, didn't we have, like, a... I think we had, like, an event week that had a decent amount of undeads. Or I think it was for Daemon. But, yeah, we've never actually had, like, the kingdom aligning perfectly for that. Where the kingdom event week is also the same as the guild war event week. Was it because they keep shifting around the dates, so even if they were trying to plan to do that, they might not even get it at the correct time. Sometimes the dates shift around. There's no way he just agiled that. Luckily the other one hit him. I was always used to think that would trigger on all skulls. Did they actually fix that? Yes, this game is free on all platforms. PC, mobile, all consoles. And, yeah, it's basically a match 3 RPG. Collect a bunch of cards, make them stronger. Go through all the campaign, everything else. Very addicting, that's for sure. And pretty free-to-play friendly as well. Like, it's actually free-to-play in quite the literal sense in that you can easily complete everything without spending a cent. Oh, what are we doing here? We'll take the other skull there. Alright, so this is the path that we already kind of knew would happen earlier. We're going to go up here because this is a good chance it's either going to be Merchant or the other room. And of course we want to go see the other room. Oh no, do we just leave this path here for now? I kind of want to go for it. There's just such a high chance that that's already going to be the one. The main reason I kind of want to go for the other one is... I want to see if we get the curse room. Because we already know that the curse room is not over there. Which makes me kind of want to go bottom in case it is the right way. Because I'm going to have to go over here anyways to try looking for the curse room. Whereas we know almost for sure the curse room is not over there. So I actually want to go here first, even though I'm more confident that it is not this way. But I want to go here in case the one room that we can't see is over here. Out of the small chance that we do end up getting both simultaneously. Alright, one more poke and we should be good to go. Do we have a skull anywhere? No. But that's good enough. Oh, if we wouldn't miss. There we go. The struggle of double skull or double gem spammers. There's quite a few of them that are really good though, like Wild King and such. It's kind of very similar to Wild King and Wild Queen. The main difference that it has though is it has no attacking. It's the biggest thing that's kind of always held back Rathamon. Is the kingdom itself doesn't have too many ways of gaining attack, which is why we're using this Chief Dragon, which isn't really particularly good for that. But the kingdom doesn't have too many ways of gaining attack. And he himself does not have any attack gain attached to himself, has always been the two biggest issues with him. The lack of in-kingdom synergy and the fact that he doesn't have it attached to himself like many other troops similar to him have. Oh, one more Pokemon, we should be good to go. Oh, we haven't found it yet. Let's go down the chest route. This should dead end almost immediately, though. Because we already know that the other room's going to be right above it. Which definitely means that one's almost guaranteed the door, though. Oh, I should have taken that green extra turn. Let me grab the extra bit of mana there. Hopefully get a red from Sky. I didn't get it, but we'll go for the other little bit of mana. And we just go poke him wherever we can, then. No extra turn, really? I don't want to do it on purple. There we go. We got it on green. So do that, do the other poke. Maybe go for one more attack buff. I feel like we're a little behind on damage here. Oh, by the time I cast it, it's going to be too late already. And now we just explode a bunch of stuff and he should be dead. Oh, a dead end room. But yeah, this is almost guaranteed double dead end, but I still wanted to check for the curse rune thingy. Kind of already knew that this would be the case, but you never know. That's why I was originally going to go top. As that one winding path over there is exceedingly likely to be the door room. But the main thing that we're looking for is the Curse Rune room. Somehow we still haven't found it yet. This might actually be the first week we don't find it. There's a possibility it just doesn't exist. As it is possible that you find 0, supposedly. I haven't seen that happen yet. But it is possible. But unless we fully scouted every single room, there's no way of knowing for sure. And we're definitely not close to actually doing that yet. Which I'm not sure if we're even going to be able to. Alright, do we have alignment here? I gotta do it on purple. I think it's worth, though. Oh, I should have taken the extra turn skull over there, though. No! Does he give me it? No! Can I just take a skull somehow? Yeah, rough him on. There we go. Alright, anything good? No! Let's go all the way in this dead end. These next 2 rooms, or particularly this next 1 room, has a chance of being the curse room. Because I don't think the curse rune room can be in a dead end. I think it specifically has to be on a path. So only the next room can roll it. But obviously the dead end could still be a bunch of other useful stuff. Though if the guild, or if the thing is over there, that means this dead end might actually be merchant. Which of course we don't need. Let's see, did we get it here? We did not. Treasure room though. But there's a non-zero chance there's actually a merchant over here. Unless it's going to be at the double dead end. Nice. Got our turn all the way back up. Get our last little bit of mana. And that should be a match. Yep, if we can get the other thing rolling. Oh, we'll take red. Why not? And A's dead. Red to dead. No, wow, a nothing. Interesting. That means the merchant has to be in that double dead end then. Alright, let's go do all of our torches over here then. Let's go double the thing. There's a chance that 1 room connecting there is a curse rune room. There's 1 singular room that we can't see that could be the one. And then after that, we take the double, and then, yeah, we gotta go try to find the other room. I might even spend another 150 today to go get the other 5, just to see if we can go find it. Start checking every dead end that we haven't taken. I guess it's not like super mega high priority to go for it though. But it does mean it's going to take it a whole additional extra week if we don't end up getting it this week. We already found the powder keg. We haven't found the curse room rune yet. Curse rune room. Gosh, it's hard to say. You got one that showed you the Oracle room for boss 5 and 7. That's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever seen a double boss scout out of it yet. Though that's definitely very possible given that they're sometimes close enough together. Oh, nice. Double skull there. Fortunately, Rafflemon with the Mega Miss. Also, I remember when Phoenix used to be good. There was a time where Phoenix was actually stronger than Rowan. Very much not the case anymore. It's one of those situations where the boost ratio on one is just so much better than the other, so as stats kept going higher, one just came way better than the other. It's happened to quite a few troops in the game. Where a lower amount of stats, one was better than another, but a higher amount of stats with the same ratio, some of them just gained way more of a benefit. Especially when they made Rowan 2-to-1. But even when Sunbird was 1-to-1 and Rowan was 2-to-1, there was still some amount of time where you still use Sunbird. But then some other things happened and it's like, oh, Sunbird's just dead. No using Sunbird anymore. They were right next to each other? Nice. It happens sometimes. They like to group up occasionally. I don't think we got that this week, though. Like, these two are close. Like, if you got a scout, you can scout both of these simultaneously. But they're not, like, right next to each other. But they are really close. Like, close enough that a 3x3 scout would show both of them. Alright, let's go see if this is a cursed mine room or whatever it is. We only got one chance because I'm pretty sure it can't be in the dead end. Well, for two reasons. One is I believe it can't be in a dead end, but also because we already know what this dead end is. It's the double silver orb room. Yeah, that should be a lot of value just to start plowing everything down with. Anyways, convert away. I guess we'll do purple. It's like the last resort we'd want to do on this team, but if we're already winning, it doesn't matter. Oh, no. We only got treasure room. It's not bad, but that's not the room we were looking for. But hey, loot is loot. We'll take it. Alright, anything else we need here? We'll go for extra stats, get all that down. Grab the little bit of purple there, why not? I kind of want one more attack buff before we start casting, though. And now we can start casting. Ooh, a bit of a miss, though. Kind of want to recast the other thing before we do it again. Get like one more Rothamon in there. Come on, don't miss. There you go. Alright, now he's cast on whatever, and we should be good to go. Do it on green. And match, even with the score reduction there. And this should be the double silver room. Yep. We got 25 writs, not bad. Double it up. Shouldn't need to change anything. Let's have a little bit of damage, but it shouldn't really kill us. If the later ones didn't kill us, the smaller one shouldn't kill us either, hopefully. Never know, though, sometimes. Right, let's go get all of our mana. Oh, I should have taken all that blue. Not because I need blue, but just so he doesn't get it. Should be fine without it, though. Let's get one more attack buff and we should be rolling. Alright, a 50% score reduction is going 1.5 miles on that one troop. Alright, oh, just skull him. Let's skull us back. We'll get one more skull on him. That's match. Dead. Unless we somehow miss there. Double silver, nice. Alright, we got 3 battles left. Which is just enough to see what our double dead end is over here. And then maybe I'll go buy one more tier just to see if we can still keep going. Because we still got to go find the Curse Rune Room. I'll never be able to say that. Curse Rune Room. But we still haven't found it yet. Which is actually the longest we've gone since these rooms have existed without finding one. And there's a non-zero chance there is 0. But I'm hoping that is around. Right, one more poke will kill him. Unfortunately, I did not see a poke. How are you not dead? I have 15 writs. Not as good as 25 we just got earlier, but not too bad for a what's it called, room? Trap room instead of a treasure room. Honestly, our trap rooms have been really good this week. I'm not sure if they just shadow buffed it or if we just gotten really lucky with trap rooms this week. Because we've almost been doing better on trap room loot than actual treasure room loot. Both because our treasure room loot has been bad, but also our other thing loot has been so much better. We've just been getting really unlucky on one and really lucky on the other. Alright, do we have any alignment here? With all those colors, there's not a single one that's actually aligning up. Let me grab the attack buff first. I feel like we need some more. Alright, now we can start cast spamming. Do we not have alignment here? Oh, that's not good. I just assumed we had lethal. We do not. Come on, Rothamon, just don't miss. There you go. Oh, there's Merchant. And there's a dead end room. Did we lose all of our silver and gold marks at the end of PvP campaign? No. You can always maintain all your silver and gold marks. Whatever you have will stay forever. The only things you lose with PvP resets are all of your points. Because that resets every season. as well as any of your talisman thingies, like those bronze, silver, and gold talismans that give you more points. As well as, actually, I think that's it, right? Basically, just anything point related is the only thing that gets reset. Everything else you keep forever. So all the burning marks you earned, you get to keep. All the silver and gold marks you get to keep. But yeah, all that stays forever. Until you end up using them. It's really only the point related things that get reset. I was like, can stop guys stop refreezing me? It's like the third time in a row. I keep trying to cleanse it off, but then we keep retroactively getting frozen immediately. Because how his mechanic works. No! The white summon in the first slot just blocked our mana. It's one of the few troops in the game where it is actually beneficial for if he didn't have his final trait, because his summon is just so bad. Even back in the day when he got that summon, it was not good. There's never been a point where that summon has been particularly good. It wasn't as bad when it first came out, but it was never considered good. Especially when you compare it to modern day, like a Ragnar Weaver or something. Okay, how many more rooms do we have left as far as branching paths? Hard to even tell with this. Well, most of these are just actual dead ends, right? So that's a real dead end. Let me just double check all these. That's a real dead end. That I think is a path. That's a real dead end. That's a path or a real dead end. That one is a real dead end. That one is definitely a real dead end. There's literally nowhere else for it to go. Wait, where's this one? Where even is this one on the map? Oh, it's right over there. So that's a real dead end. Wait, what's the one lower on blue? Alright, that one's a real path. Maybe we go head over there. That one has a chance of being the curse room thing. Alright, let me go overspend on torches. I want to see if we can get this. But yeah, let me go head over here and see if we can go find it. We're about to way overspend just to try to get this torch room. We're about to spend like 300 gems between today and tomorrow on this torch room. Is that worth it? No. But it's one less week we'll have to spend actually going for it if we want to stop on a given week. Just to not have to worry about it for a while. We'll probably still keep going pretty deep on it though. But I won't have to like truly full scout if we don't want to. Once we get them all. I probably should have raffled them on there. Come on, don't miss. There you go. Watch us just immediately get it. That'd be nice. If we don't get it at all, it would be concerning. If we spend like an extra 450 gems or something. Probably could be 450 by the end of it, honestly. And then somehow still not get it by the end. Would be so disappointing. Hopefully it will. Once again, no alignment is a lot of damage though. We just got through the tutorial, not entirely sure what we need to do now. Something about getting gear. They have reworked the tutorial so many times that I am actually not even sure at what point the end of the tutorial is these days. But basically building up cards is the main way that you progress in the game. Upgrading them, obtaining more of them for better teams, stuff like that. But that's something they've reworked so many times that I actually have no clue what the current state of the game is for tutorial. It feels like every second patch for the last like 3 years, they've completely overhauled the tutorial. I assume it would explain most things pretty well these days, but they might have reworked it so many times that it's missing info. But the main way to progress in early game is just try to get more keys. You can do it through arena, PvP, other things. There's also generally a bunch of dailies, weeklies, and similar things that just give a ton of resources too. Which aren't as important later in the game, but make up a lot of resources early on. Especially just getting into a guild. Because every Monday you get a ton of free resources from whatever guild you're in. Which are very substantial for early game accounts. Alright. Oh, Beta tutorial in this game is notoriously long. I'm not sure if they've shortened it some in recent years. But I think the tutorial is like over an hour long before you get out of the tutorial sequence. There's a couple moments that seem like the tutorial is done, but you're actually still in tutorial. It's a really long tutorial. I'm not sure if they've shortened it in recent years, though. Oh, yeah, I guess we do go down here. And then we only have that one other path for tomorrow, then. And I think we're full scouted other than, like, one path on final floor. Which means we might just not find it. Unless it's in this room right over here or in the path that we're going to check tomorrow. Or maybe we already got it and I'm going crazy and I just didn't even realize it. There's a non-zero chance we already found it. The easiest way to tell is if I go open up the achievement tab. They should both be the same number if we did already find it. If they're different numbers, then we 100% did not find it yet this week. Oh, we're out of torches. And this is a normal double dead end. I don't know, let me go check real quick. If I go move this away and I bring up achievements. Yeah, I haven't found it. Because one is 3 and one is 4. If we found it, they should both be 4. But we still haven't found the cursed mine room. It's really unfortunate. We're almost fully scouted. We only have, I think, 3 paths left that isn't scouted yet. No, we only have 2 paths left. We only have right here, which is double dead end room, which I don't even think it could appear in. And we have this path over here. Which isn't even on primary, so that would only be a couple rooms. Oh wait, I shouldn't have bought those extra torches then today. Oh no, I didn't realize we only had that few. I kind of wasted it then. Because just my free battles tomorrow is already going to be enough. Yeah, I think we had the first layout ever that didn't have a cursed mine room. Unless it's going to be within the next, like, 2 rooms there. Or somehow in a dead end over here. But yeah, I overbought. I didn't realize we were that close to full scout. Because we're only, like, 5 battles away from full. And we get 7 for free tomorrow. So yeah, we overspent a lot. I could have just spent 50 gems or something yesterday then. Or tomorrow, I mean. So we spent like an extra 100 that we didn't need to, but that's fine. But, yeah, this might be the first time ever where one of the rooms are missing for us. As we will truly have absolute 100% completion without finding it. That's unfortunate. I really hoped when it said 0 to 1, it'd be like, oh, it's always good to put 1, right? Right? Nope. It actually can give you 0. Or actually, we'll find out tomorrow. But if we do those rooms and we still have 0, then yeah, it can actually roll 0, apparently. Which is kind of unfortunate. That normally wouldn't matter too much. Well, while trying to do the achievements, it kind of does, because, you know, we'd want them to be done quickly. But it looks like we would have gotten RNG'd out of it. Oh, we got an XP booster. Oh no, did we go use this real quick? I really don't care about XP boosters much these days. If I was to just completely let this expire, I'd be perfectly fine. Let me at least go do the daily to go get a new XP booster, so we're not wasting it as much, I guess. But ever since we had level 2000, I really don't care too much about if we get like an absurdly high amount of XP. It's just not as needed now that we hit 2000. As every level beyond that does basically nothing. Other than make number go bigger. 2000 is the last milestone that actually gives us like power or anything. But that tutorial gets sick of Luther. Honestly, I kind of want to make a new account sometime in the near future just to see what the current tutorial is for the game. Because they have reworked it so many times over the last few years, or since I made the last account. It's been reworked like 20-something times. Also, don't those normally have the names of what they are? Am I going crazy? Don't those normally have the name of what they are below them? I was like waiting for that to pop up and it never did. They just showed the price and it showed the icon, but it didn't show what they were. Obviously we know what they are, but still. Alright, one more set. And then we should be good to go. And I think we'll call it there. So if anyone has any other questions, anything else you want me to go over, let me know. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. About 2 hours prior to now tomorrow. And we'll be finishing up Guild War, finishing up the PvP season, and finishing up whatever other weeklies we still haven't done, like trying to find that one curse room if it's still there. Hopefully I find it. Alright, 3 more battles here. I guess we technically have to take that one shard battle as well. That'd be fun if we find a Mimic off it. I kind of want to go use it for a high-level Explorer location, but it's fine wasting it here. It would be a great time to go run a Palooza then, but no, obviously it's not a Vault weekend, so can't. We got 100 on the dot. Alright, we're going to need one little damage poke to kill him out. Come on, one little damage poke. Or I'll just take mana twice. Also works. He denied my mana. Anything in here? Any Mimic? Nothing. Alright, that's the objective completed for the other thing. Now let's let the XP booster go away. As we really don't need it. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back, as we mentioned, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing that tomorrow and on Monday, of course. Tomorrow we'll be going over weekly spoilers, finishing up Guild War, finishing up, you know, everything. Finish up the PvP season, all that stuff. Don't forget to get your Talk Chakra from SoulForge, really useful if you're on PC Mobile. It's available for the rest of tomorrow. And beyond that, on Monday video and everything, we'll go over the new PvP season, I guess, then. Since that's probably the biggest thing that's going on next week. Because next week doesn't really have much other than the new PvP reset. If we go check the other thing again real quick. It's pretty much the only thing happening next week. This PvP reset. We have a... What is that week? Yeah, the 13th. Or 12th, I mean. Yeah, we're getting a new faction troop, but this is probably not anything too relevant. So yeah, the biggest thing happening all next week is this PvP reset then. Which is 2 new immortals and whatever they put in the other thing. Those you don't normally get till the end of the season. But anyways, guys, have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.